technology long before we had Photoshop and all the other amazing digital tools. Ivan Earl and his team had to repaint every background in Sequence 8 to tone it down, to knock it down in value, to knock the colors down, make everything more muted, so the backgrounds wouldn't overwhelm the gorgeous animation that Frank and Ollie and Milt and the other guys were doing. So I just remember stuff like this happening back when we had to like repaint all of these gorgeous backgrounds and throw out all of the originals because they simply weren't working. But the amount of work in Sleeping Beauty was just incredible, and that's why we'll never make a movie like that again. It was indeed a masterpiece, but it was also the end of an era at the Walt Disney Studio.
See, that goes to show animators rule.
Why can't I just separate?
Not taking sides.
You know, that happened with Toby Blue, too. Remember when Toby Musketeers said the backgrounds were too nice, they're too beautiful, too bright.
The boneheaded Disney executive actually said to Toby Bluth, who was the art director, "There's too much air in your backgrounds."
Yeah.
What the heck does that mean?
You mean that thing between your ears? And
Too much air in the backgrounds.
I couldn't believe it. We had to redo all the backgrounds on that one too because the team. Toby
had to take the air out of them.
Team and took them over to the archives, and they were trembling and holding the backgrounds to Sleeping Beauty. And he's like, "Look at all the work around the frame like this. Don't look at the drawing. Look at all the blending." And, you know, he was going crazy. Yeah. And he got everybody to do these gorgeous backgrounds, and the executives are like, "These aren't bright enough." Yeah. Too bad. You know, it looked like a real Disney cartoon. It's amazing. And Floyd, you know, Floyd was working. Where were you working? Because you were, you know, you were wandering in and dropping cartoon bombs.
I wasn't really working on the show. If you recall, that's when you guys were doing the Three Musketeers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really on that show. I would just stop in.
But you were somewhere else, but you kept wandering in.
I would wander in and out. Yeah, I do that.
Maybe drawings of Steve Jobs going, "Kenny, I miss you."
Well, and I still do that because, and not just animation, but in live action. Last year at the Disney Studio, last December, they were shooting an episode of Grownish. That's a TV show that we do. Apparently, it involves students in university. I guess, you know, an ethnic diverse cast, and so I was walking on the Disney lot and I saw this production company shooting, you know, an episode of Grownish. So I just wandered onto the set and ended up spending the rest of the day with the crew as they filmed this episode of Grownish, because that's what I tend to do.
Did you run into Mike? You know, he does this too. You know?
Yeah, you know, I tend to wander around the studio and just
Floyder, my friend.
Yeah, and see what's going on, and suddenly, you know, inveigle my way in and say, "Hey, you know, what are you guys doing? You need any help? Oh, you're making a movie? You're making a TV show? Oh, I can do that. You want some advice from a Disney old timer?" Yeah. So really the producers and directors are very generous and very gracious, and they actually allow me. I mean, they could call security and have me hauled after. Get this guy out of here. But they're really very nice, and so they let me stick around and do TV shows and movies and stuff. So I get a chance to screw up live action as well as animation.
I think we have one more question.
No, actually, that's it. Is that it?
Okay.
I was just going to make a comment. Did you have to show your ID in those situations, Floyd, to get them?
Always.
I still have my ID.
No, I didn't even show it. Apparently, they knew who I was.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much.